Good evening from NYChessKids. My name is Saudin. In this lesson, we are going to learn about PIN. You can find this lesson in our website in Intermediate 1, or you can go directly to Lee Chess account, and this lesson is a study number 20. Parents, please print the PDF file. You can take a headset and I'll give you a couple of seconds for each puzzle to find. If it's not enough time, then you can pause the video and take more time. Right? I think it is important that you write the moves directly into the workbook, or you can do it on the piece of paper if you want. Okay, let's start with a pin. Pin is very important because it happens all the time in the chess games. And let's see what kind of pins we have. There are three types of pin: an absolute pin, a relative pin, and cross pin. Absolute pin happens all the time, and it is more dangerous than a relative pin. Now, relative pin also happens very often in our chess games. Cross pin doesn't happen very often, but it is for sure the most dangerous one. And you are going to see the cross pin in the end games. Now, let's see this one. Now, this is an absolute pin, right? Because the king is here, and I'm just going to show you the first one, and then you can work on the other one. Look, this is a pin, right? What we are doing here is we are attacking the queen, and the queen cannot move because the king would be in check, and that's called in chess an absolute pin. Now, of course, in this case, we are going to take the queen. Um, I just wanna show you something else. I'm gonna play this move and then we're gonna come back because I noticed some kids are doing this. This is not a, I mean, of course it is a pin, but it is not a pin that we are looking for. This would be just the regular trade of the queens, right? You are pinning the queen, but we would trade the queen. Now, with a pin, you want to use the pin for your benefits, right? You want to win the piece. So that's why this is correct move. And we take the queen with a rook, and we won 4 points. Let's go to the next one, and now you can think. I'm going to give you a couple of seconds for this one. Okay, I'll give you help now. How can we win this rook? You are white. Okay, hopefully you found the move with the bishop. Look at this. Pin, right? The rook cannot move, an absolute pin. The king would be in check. So we are going to win the rook. And you take. You see, with a pin, it's not a checkmate. You don't win the game right away, but you win the piece or you win something else, right? You could win even a pawn. Okay, you are black, play a move, and make a pin. Okay, hopefully you found this move. Yeah, it should be easy, right? You play bishop to c7, the rook is pinned, king king would be in check if rook moves. So let's see this, right? And we take. And that's what we get with a pin. Let's see the next one. Okay, try to find the pin here. Okay, I'll give you help. You win the rook. Okay, let's see this one. You play with a queen, to a1, and you are pinning the rook. The king is all the way on the other side, right in the corner, so the rook cannot move. So this is a pin, and we are going to win the rook. Let's see number 5. Play a move with a white side and make a pin. So we play a move rook d4, and we pin the knight. Knight is not allowed to move because the king is in check. Let's win the piece. Excellent. Let's see number 6. Okay, this one is different because we already have a pin. Look at this one. The bishop is pinning the knight, right? This is a pin. Now, this example is good because it teaches us how to use the pin. So, how do you win this knight on c6? You don't win the knight by capturing the knight, because if you take the knight, then pawn takes. So we need to use this pin. How can we win the knight on c6? If your answer is pawn to d5, that's correct. Look at us. We have a pin, and now we push the pawn to d5, and we win the knight, because the knight is not allowed to move. Black king is in check. So this is how we use the pin. And this is what happens very, very often in your chess games. You are going to see this all the time. Just remember this example. Look, we are using the pin by pushing the pawn. You can see the pins are very dangerous. And now we won the knight, like we won 3 points, and we are giving 1 point. That means the outcome is we won 2 points, right? 2 points. Now, here, of course, when you are stronger, when you have more pieces, look, white has 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, and black has 3. The strategy to win is trade your pieces. We are going to be talking about that in other lessons, but right now it's a good place to mention this. Look, trade your pieces. That's how you win the game. More pieces you trade, easier to win. Okay, let's go to the next one. Play a move with a black and make a pin. Okay, if you didn't find by now, you have to win the queen. And you have to win with your bishop. I hope that helps. Okay, let's play the move. We play bishop to b4. Pay attention. The bishop on b4 is protected with a knight. And the king was on the same diagonal, right? Now white played this move, bishop d2, and we take the queen. We win the game, right? Let's see the next one. How can you make a pin here? Okay, how can you win the queen? The first move with a rook, and the first move is rook to a8. Pay attention to this move. Our rook is protected with a white bishop. Can you see that? That means if the black queen takes the rook, we take the queen with the bishop. And we won 4 points, right? Because the rook is 5 points, we gave the rook for a queen. Queen is a 9 points. Let's see the next one. Play a move with a white and make a pin. try to write down the move. If you did not find the move, this is the piece you need to win, the knight. Okay, let me give you more help. The queen can make a pin. And the move is queen to a4. Right, look, we are pinning the knight. The king is on the same diagonal. And now we take. Now look, the reason I want you to write down is because I also want you to practice the notation, the chess language. So you write down the moves, and that's how you practice writing. So when you go to the chess tournaments, you are going to feel very comfortable about the scorebook and writing the moves. Let's go to the next one. Okay, we already have the pin here. Look, queen is pinning the rook. Now, how do we use this pin? Right? Of course, we don't want to capture the rook with a queen because the king is going to take. Right? So, how do we use this? We can play a move and attack this rook one more time. Okay, I hope I gave you enough help. We need to play with the rook. So we play with the rook to e8. Look, we are attacking the rook one more time. Now, we know that the rook cannot move because there is a pin. And now we can take this rook. We take with a queen, check. And that's how we win the rook and probably the game. Let's see the next one. Okay, this is a good one because here we have a cross pin. Let me give you help. You win the queen, the white queen. Let me give you more help. The pin is with the rook. And the move is rook to d2. Now pay attention to this move. Look, the knight cannot take the rook because our bishop on b7, look at this bishop here, diagonally is pinning the knight. So this is called the cross pin because we have a pin with a bishop on the diagonal. We also have the pin with a rook. Like, look, the queen is pinned on the second rank. So this is called the cross pin. Right? Basically you have two pins at the same time. And the king move, and of course we take the queen. Let's go to the next one. Okay, now they are becoming a little bit harder, but we'll figure out what's going on. First, pay attention to this pin here. This is an important pin, right? Because the knight on f6 is pinned. If the knight moves, the queen could capture the queen. That's the most important. Then we have this attack on d7, right, with the rook. Now pay attention how rooks are such a great pieces on open lines. That's what they need. They don't like when they are closed, right? Look, if you compare this rook on d1 to the rook on f8, this one on d1 is much stronger than the rook on f8 because rook on f8 is closed. Now, we can make another pin. And if you remember the absolute pin, let's make an absolute pin. Okay, I'll help you. the pin is with this piece, with the bishop on f3. If you cannot find it, don't get upset, because there are so many pieces on the chessboard and it's not easy to do it. You have to practice more. So let's try. Look, if you play this move, now we have all different kind of pins. Look, this bishop is pinning the knight, and the queen is pinning here, right, the knight. So look, now king tries to run away from from the pin, but now we win the piece. We can take, and pay attention, rook has to take, and then we take one more time, and now knight cannot capture the rook because we would take the queen, right? So we are using this pin, and if the queen takes, then we take the knight on f6 and we won the piece, right? We still didn't win the game, but we won the piece. Okay, um, let's go to the next one. We already have like one pin here, right? The knight is pinned. Now this rook on d8 is protected, right? So that means the knight can move, but still that's a pin, right? So let's now play a move and make another pin, so we can have like a cross pin. How about I give you a little help? The move is with a queen, right? Queen. And you pin the knight. So we could play a move like this, and that would be a pin. Look at this now. This is a cross pin. We are pinning the knight on the 5th rank, and we also have a rook, right? Pinning the knight. Now, knight cannot move because we would take the queen, and doesn't really matter what black does. Now we can take the knight, and look how we're gonna capture this knight. Look, queen is attacked, right? Our queen is attacked. We have to be careful. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the knight with a rook, because we are attacking the queen, right? So if the pawn takes our queen, we take the queen, and we're gonna end up with a piece up, right? That's what it is. So if the pawn takes, the rook captures the queen, and white won the piece. Let's see the next one. Let's play a move with a black side and make a pin. Now let's pin this piece. Look, this piece is already attacked one time. Now we can pin this piece, the bishop. Okay, so what we can do, we can play a move like rook to d2, pin. Look, the bishop cannot move because we would take the rook on d6, right? And after this move, now again, we have to be careful, because if we take with a rook, right, then the white rook is going to take our knight. So we take with a knight. This is correct move, and this is how we win the piece. All right. Okay, let's go to the next one, number 15. So what do we have here? We already have a pin, but that's not good enough, because queen is a strong piece. Of course, we don't want to capture the rook with a queen, because the king is going to recapture. So we are going to lose material. But there is a really smart move here that can help us with this pin. We can double up. Now, there is another piece that is pinned. That's this pawn. Cannot move because otherwise queen is going to take the queen. So we can play bishop to d5. Look at this cool move. Pawn cannot capture because we take the queen. And now we are taking the rook. We are ready to take the rook. So black has to move the queen and protect the rook. And now we can take the rook because we are winning a rook for a bishop. We know that bishop is 3 points or 3 pounds, and the rook is 5 pounds or 5 points. So we are winning with this move 2 points. And we trade, and look, we ended up with a rook against the bishop, and that's a big advantage for white here. We should be able to win the game like this. Okay, let's go to the number 16. First, we have to recognize what's going on the chessboard. When you have so many pieces, it could be very confusing. So we have to figure out what's going on. What I see right now is this pin here. Look, we already have a pin. That means the bishop cannot move, because if the bishop moves, we take the rook. So how can we use this pin? How do we win this bishop on d5? With pawn to c4. Look at this move. We are taking the bishop. Now, bishop cannot move, and queen also cannot capture this pawn because we have a queen. We will just recapture. So black protected, and of course we take, and we won the piece. Let's go to number 17. Okay, I already see something is going on here with this bishop on e3. How can we pin this bishop on e3? This is a cool move, right? You play a move with a queen and make a pin. And the move is queen to e2. Now look at that. We are also putting ourselves in the pin, right? Because the rook is pinning our bishop. But this pin is more important because with this move, queen e2, we are threatening to take the bishop on e3, right? So the white doesn't really have a good choice here. If he takes the bishop, then we take, and you see now the bishop cannot capture the rook because we would take the queen. So the queen moved, and of course now we want to trade. Right? We want to trade the pieces because we are stronger. Right? We take, and now two rooks against the rook and a bishop should win the game here. Right? Especially because white has those two double pawns. They are not very good. So black should win the game here. This is a good practice for you to try to win. Let's go to chapter 18. I already see the pin. There are two pins here that I see. Can you see them? Okay, let's see. Let's check it out. This is a pin, right? The bishop is pinning the knight. I hope you see this one. Now, we also have a pin here. Look, this bishop cannot move because we have a queen and the rook lined up. So this is another pin. So now I'm going to remove, if I can. I cannot. I'm wondering. Oh, I can. I don't want too many of those lines. They're confusing, right? I want to win this piece. how do we win the bishop on e3? Find the move and make a pin. I mean, the pin you already have, but you can use this pin. Okay, let me give you the piece a little bit help, right? How about you move this piece, bishop on f8, right? This one here, and make a pin. I think now you can see this, right? We move the bishop to h6. Look at this move. Pay attention to this. We are attacking the bishop, and we would win the bishop because the knight cannot capture, right? Now, the bishop cannot move because our queen is going to capture the rook all the way down on e1. So this is a cool move. Now, white is trying to run away, and now stop. Don't rush. Let's see what's correct move now. Okay, now I have a question for you. Should we take the knight on d5 first, or should we take bishop e3? Which one is correct? The correct is to take the knight first. And now we can even trade the queen, and then we take on e3. And we can take with a rook or a bishop. I think with a rook is better, right? Because we want to trade as many pieces as we can. So trading the rooks would be very good for black here, because then you're going to end up with a two pieces against one, and you should be able to win that. Let's see the next one. Okay, first you have to figure out what piece is pinned. There is already pin in this position. Did you find this pawn here? That's the piece that's pinned. Look. Pawn cannot move. That means we can take the knight for free, because pawn cannot recapture. Let's go to the number 20. Figure out what piece is pinned here. Two of them are pinned. This pawn is pinned because there is a bishop here, right? Bishop is doing the pin. But this pawn is pinned too because there is a rook here, right? Rook on e file. So how about you play a move and you win the queen? And that correct move is rook to e6. Look at this cool move, because pawn cannot capture our rook. And the next move is we are going to win the queen. Okay, we just take the queen. Okay, and we should be able to win this game too, because we have a bishop and a pawn against the pawn. Let's see the number 21. So figure out what piece is pinned. And then you can find the move. Did you find this piece? This is the one that is pinned. Look, cannot move because the bishop would capture the bishop. So what is the move we have to play here? Correct move is knight b4. We take the pawn. And if the pawn takes the knight, we take the bishop. Now look, you might think this is just the little pawn that we captured, right? But this game you should be able to win quickly, because you are only a pawn up. But look at this one. It can go forward right away, right? Boom, boom, boom here. Queen, right? Or you bring the king into the game like here, and then you should be able to win. This is an excellent practice. For instance, you know what? I'm going to stop here and show you how to do this practice because I think this is important. You go here to Tools, you go to Board Editor, you click on Delete and delete all those pieces, and then you set up that position that we had there. And then you click on continue from here and you play against the computer on level 1 or level 2 is fine too. That's how you could practice this. If you need help with this, I would like you to practice it. If you need help, just tell your mom and dad to email NYChessKids, and I can set up those positions for you and you can practice them. Let's go back. Okay. How about now we have to go back to which one was that? Number 21. Yeah. Here we are. So we played knight b4. Let's go to number 22. Pin. Now, here we have to create the pin. There is no pin right now, but we have to play the best move, right? So I really don't want you to think about the pin here. I want you to find the best move for white and get used to this kind of move because it happens so often in the kids' games. Now, I hope you found this move 95. Pay attention to this king. Not in a good place. The king is in the center of the board, not safe. So if you take the pawn, right? Now look, black doesn't have to take this knight. The queen doesn't have to take. Better move would be just develop the pieces, like move the bishop or, move the bishop to, let's say, d6 and then play knight e7 and run into the castling as fast as possible. But in this puzzle, of course, the computer plays they play like they want to just show the pin, right? So computer takes, and then we play a pin. See, this is an important pin to remember because this is going to be happening in your games a lot. Look at this. The king and the queen on the same line, right? And you win the queen, or you win a piece, like maybe bishop is going to go, yeah, that's what, and now you can take that, right? Now, of course, this move is also bad that black is playing. Black should push the pawn forward and block that line, right? Because you don't want to lose the queen. But again, this is just for exercise of the pin. So we take with the rook, not with the bishop. And now the pin is here, right? Look, this unpleasant pin when the king is in the center of the board. Maybe you should see this one more time. You just click here and play again and see that again. When you practice on your own. Okay, what do we have here? Try to think about a piece that is pinned. There is one piece that cannot move. And that's found on d7. So look, there is a pin here. So what can we do now and win the piece? We can win the rook. I guess I'm sure you found this move, right? Look, you play this move and pawn cannot take the bishop because the rook takes the queen. So now doesn't really matter what the black is going to do. We just take the rook and we won the pawn and the rook for a bishop. That's a big advantage. Let's see the number 24. Okay, always ask yourself what piece is pinned. You must pay attention to your pieces, right? Look at the rooks, look at the queen. The piece that is pinned is the pawn on c5. And this is the pawn that of course can move, but what's going to happen is after we take the knight, see now this pawn is pinned and we are winning the piece, because if the pawn takes, we take the queen. So we ended up with a knight up. Let's see the next one. Oh, here it's my turn again. This is funny. I didn't know, it's like computer wants me to play one more move. How about you think about the best move for a white? How about I give you a help? Checkmate in one move. Rook c8, right? Checkmate. Look, black in checkmate cannot move. Okay, let's go to number 25. Pay attention to all your chess pieces. Like when you look at the chess game, always ask yourself what the pieces are doing on the chessboard. Like what is this rook doing on the chessboard, right? What the queen is doing. So what white piece is pinned right now? Okay, I hope you found this pawn on d4. The pawn is pinned. So what's the move here that we can play? You can win the piece. I hope you found this move. Look, during the chess game, it is so easy to miss those moves. You have a chance to capture a piece like this, but you miss them. The only way you can find those moves if you practice. Practicing so many of those positions, like many checkmates, many pins, forks, and then you're going to be able to find them. Look, and you win the piece. Okay, let's see number 26. Again, pay attention what piece is pinned. If you don't pay attention to all your pieces, you will never find this kind of pin. So we already look. White played probably the last move, bishop to d3, attacking the queen. But white didn't notice that the rook on e3 is pinned. Look at that. So what we can do here, we can actually take that bishop for free. Look at this, right? We take the bishop. And why cannot take the queen? Because the king is in check. And now, check. That's what saves our queen. Because check, right? So white doesn't have a time to take our queen. And of course, that's how we win the piece. Let's go to the next one. 27. What piece is pinned? Again, you will never find moves like this in a chess game if you don't ask yourself what pieces are pinned and what your pieces are doing. Now, we have this rook pinning this rook, right, and attacking the queen. So what can we do here to win the piece? It's a cool move. We can take this rook with a check. Look at this. We take the rook. And if the black rook takes, we take the queen. And the outcome is we won the rook. Cool, right? Let's go to the next one. 28. Okay, what piece is pinned here? Those are not easy ones, right? But that's okay. Yeah, need some challenge. There is one dangerous pin. Do you see that pin? It's this one here. All right, so the rook on f1 is actually hanging there. So what could be the move here? Okay, I know this one is not easy. Let me help you. How about this? What kind of help should I give you? You win the pawn with a knight. So you take this pawn here on c2, right? Now, you're not giving your knight for free because there is a pin, right? And we take the rook. So that was the combination. Let's see 29. Ask yourself what piece is pinned. Now, this puzzle is not good. There is a mistake here, but I guess because we're just learning the pin, this was entered into the study, but I'll show you what's the problem with this puzzle. So look, we have a pin. This is a pin here. Now, computer wants us to try the pawn here. And when the rook takes, we take the queen, and the computer is going to stop here, right? But there's a big problem here. I'm wondering if you can find what the problem is. How can white win the game here? I cannot continue here and show you the moves because those are prearranged positions and I cannot add the moves. But look, if this rook takes the pawn, check, because there is a rook here on g2 supporting the king. Try to follow me. I think you can do it. King goes down to h8. Then this rook goes check. King goes to h7. And then this rook comes down here and checkmate. So this was not a very good pin. But anyway, it's still a pin, right? So let's go to number 30. What do we have here? What piece is pinned here? Now, look, this is a kind of position, of course you could take the bishop here, right? You can take the bishop and you win the piece, but white has a two rooks and the black has rook and a bishop, so white has a good chances to win after he plays like a move queen d1 and offers the trade of the queen. But there is a really nice move here that can use this pin. Look, this pawn here is pinned, right? Because the pawn cannot move, otherwise we're going to take the queen. So if we take bishop e4, pay attention to this, the pawn cannot take, right? But the biggest problem here for white is if white don't take this bishop, then the queen goes to g2 or h1 and makes a checkmate, right? So if you need to see this on the chessboard, you can I can do it without moving the chess pieces, right? Now we here, after bishop is captured, we can take the queen. Let's see, what do we have here? Okay, those puzzles are already for a little bit more advanced. I mean, it's okay with the intermediate one, right? But they are not simple puzzles. So look, we cannot capture this rook. We would love to capture, but there is a pin here. Watch this. There is a pin. So if we take the rook like this, we lose our rook. Now, if we take this way, then queen takes the rook. Pay attention to this, right? Queen would capture our rook. But there is a tricky move that we can play. and we can block the pin here and then capture the rook. So let's see if you can figure this out. So block the pin and then capture the rook. And that move would be f4, right? Look, we are taking now queen and the rook. And if the queen moves, then we just take here, right? So this is one of the examples where we block the pin. Let's go to 32. Okay, we have to pay attention what's happening here. We have a king, right? Also pay attention to the queen, this queen, and the bishop. Those are the pieces that we need to use for a pin. Okay. Let's see. This is the pin, right? You are playing bishop a5, attacking the queen, and the king is attacked. And you are going to win because the bishop here is protected with a white queen. Now, I know some of you may play a move like this and make a pin. This is also a pin, but this is not a good pin because here you are just trading the queens. So we want to win the piece, and here we're going to trade the bishop for a queen. All right, so we're going to win. And now look, our queen is attacked here, but when we capture the queen, it is a check. So black doesn't have a time to take a white queen. And now, of course, we would run away with the queen. Let's see the next one, 33. Okay, this one is not easy, so I'm going to help you. I'll give you the first move is with a queen. Oh, I'm sorry, with a knight. Okay, I'll explain you this one. So we play knight to f4. Now look at this. Pawn, of course, can take the knight, but then our rook on e1 would capture rook on e8, right? Or our queen can capture on e8. So can you see that? Can you see that after this move, if pawn takes the knight, then the line is open and the rook is free to capture down the rook, right? I hope you can see that. Now, pay attention to the black queen. Black queen really doesn't have a good space to move to. And right now, this black queen is protecting the rook, the black rook. So there's no good space for a queen, and we are going to win the rook, right? We take the rook here, and we win the game. So let's see the number 34. Okay, this one is also not easy, so let me help you. You have this attack here. Look, there's queen and the rook, and there is an attack on the bishop on g2. But white rook is defending the bishop. So we can play a move and make a pin, or this is also called removing the defender. We can remove that white rook from g1. So what can we do? Okay, did you find a move like this? Cool move, right? Look, you are giving your rook for free, and you are making a pin. Now, if white doesn't take that rook on c1, then your queen can capture the bishop with a checkmate, because the white rook cannot recapture your queen, right? Because there is a pin. And What other option white has? I don't know what the computer is going to play. Probably take the rook. No, he did not take the rook. He gave the queen for free here, right? Now, of course, you don't want to take the queen right away because the rook is going to take the rook. So first you take with a check, and now we cannot take the bishop. That would be nice, checkmate. But because there's a pin here, we have to take the queen. Of course, by taking the queen, we're going to win the game. Okay, let's see number 35. What do we have here? First, we have to figure out what piece is pinned. It's black to move. So this bishop is pinned. So find the move now for black. So you can take the rook for free, right? Play this move and bishop cannot recapture because there's a pin. Let's see number 36. Figure out what piece is pinned. The black pawn on b7 is pinned, right? Look, this is the pin. So we are using this pin here, and we can take the pawn on a6 because the pawn on b7 cannot capture our queen, and then we play checkmate, right? Look at this. We finished our pin. I hope you enjoy the lesson, and look, kids, pin is very important. We're gonna study more of the pin lessons. Now, this is like the basic pin lesson. I would suggest you go back and do the computer study, right? Or print and write down all the moves that you see, right, in that workbook that you have. Parents, you can print that workbook from the NYChessKids website. This is a lesson number 4 in intermediate 1 level. Hey, listen, I'm gonna see you in another lesson. Bye bye. Have a good night.